Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. So today I wanted to talk about some frugal and practical, or one or the other, gift ideas. I thought it might be a good fun episode to just talk about some different gift ideas, and none of these are anything like particularly new or unusual. They're just a bunch of random things that I thought of that I thought would make nice gifts that people could use use in their regular course of living, just to kind of make things a little bit special and not something that they necessarily have to store. I kind of tried to that was kind of my thought on kind of making them practical, like they would actually be used. And then frugal is really just more about like spending our money wisely. And again, if it's something that someone's going to use, and not just kind of have to store somewhere, that might be a more frugal way to spend our money. And then I also did try to keep in mind with the types of things I was including on this list, items that could have a wide price range. So, depending on what your budget is, you could either buy these things at a lower cost, or you could go more expensive, depending on, how much money you have to spend for each individual that you're buying for. So they're in no order. They're not grouped in any way. They're just random things that I thought of. So here's my list. The first thing I thought of was a simmer pot. And the reason that I thought of this is because I was searching online for ways to use some cinnamon sticks to make my house smell nice, because I had some cinnamon sticks left over that I needed for a recipe, and I had never done that before, like to simmer the actual cinnamon sticks on my stovetop. So I was trying to find out what would be the best way to do that. So I did wind up getting some ideas from our Facebook group, because a couple of the individuals in our group had responded, and I took their advice, and I did simmer the cinnamon sticks with some vanilla and almond extract. I don't know, it just smelled good, and that was what I had. So that was kind of fun. But when I was doing the search, I found a website that had this as a gift idea to give someone basically the ingredients needed to make a simmer pot. So you would basically just get, whatever, say it was cinnamon sticks, vanilla, cloves, and instructions on how to make the simmer pot, like on a little printout or handwritten or whatever, and then put it in a little gift bag. And you could give that as a gift. Or the one idea that I saw online related to the simmer pot, it actually came with like a little rosemary plant, and then some other things that you could simmer with the rosemary to make a simmer pot. So I thought that was really cute idea also. The next thing on my list is a blank journal or to-do list notepad, a notebook, even one of those like magnet to-do lists for your fridge, because I feel like even for those of us, me not included, because I'm always liking to write things down, but even for those that aren't really like the to-do list type people that are writing on physical paper, it's always nice to have a place to take notes. At one time or another, I feel like we all need to reach for a place to write something down, whether you're taking an order for everyone to order from the local pizza place, or if you're just kind of jotting down some information when you get a call back from the auto mechanic or who knows what. But I feel like a nice to-do list notebook, or like a cute blank journal or something like that. And you could even get like some nice pens to go with it if you're trying to make add a little bit more to the gift. I thought that would be nice for most people. Again, all of these gifts are subject to the person you're getting something for. Obviously, if you know that the person you're trying to shop for is not going to like any of these things. You're not going to want to get some of these things. But these are just going to be like some different ideas that I thought of that I thought fell in the frugal and or practical gift giving ideas. So the next one on my list was a DoorDash or Grubhub or some other type of food delivery service gift card, depending on what services are available in the area where you live. And the reason I think this is a nice gift card, a nice gift, is because some of us are often hesitant to order food out, even when we have like a really busy, crazy night. And it's nice for someone to have a gift card with a service like this, just in case they do have one of those really challenging nights where they just would rather do anything else than have to cook dinner. It can be like a nice little treat for someone to be able to order in when they're just having a really rough night and not have to worry about cooking. And what's nice about the food delivery gift cards is that they have lots of different options to choose from when ordering their meals, so you don't have to worry about picking a restaurant that they specifically like to order from that's near them. The next item on my list is socks. I always say this when I think of like great gift ideas because I think they're a great gift idea. As with most of these gifts that I'm sharing with you, these are subject to what I think are good gifts. So I try to think of things that I think a decent amount of people would like, but again, it's still from my perspective. So it's hard to say if other people like the things that I like, but I love getting new socks. Every time my kids ask me what I want for Christmas, they always kind of make fun of me because one of the things I always say is socks. I'm like, socks, dish towels. Like, I just love practical things that I know I'm going to use. But socks is definitely always one of them. And I can't be the only one who loves getting a new pair of socks. So, but if you think the person you're buying for might be picky about like the types of socks that they wear, you could always do something like wool socks for cold weather, or, some type of specialty like, like slipper socks, or I don't know, something like that. But I think socks are a great idea. Another idea, something I thought of, was a scarf. Because a new scarf can be a really nice gift for those of us that live in a climate with cold winters. It's so nice to just remember like, oh, I got that new scarf. Let me just grab that and throw it around your neck when you're going to run out to go shopping or go out and do something and the weather's really cold. And then of course you can always add like a hat and a pair of gloves to go with it if you need to like make it a little bit more of a substantial gift. Another item I thought of was a gift card to Audible service or any other types of services for like digital or audiobooks. This is a great idea for someone that that might love to read, but maybe you don't know like what they would like to read, or you don't know what they already have read. So something like that, they can get whatever they would like. And I know when I had one of the Audible gift cards, and you didn't have to sign up for a subscription or anything. You were able to just put the gift card in and it gave you credits for like so many books. So once you use them, you were just done. So you didn't have to worry about like canceling a subscription or anything like that. So something like that can definitely be nice for someone that likes to read. Of course, a bottle of wine, that's pretty standard, and you can really go any price range on this. Obviously, you probably don't want to get something that's super, super expensive, but you can get something decent for around like $10 or so. And the nice thing about getting someone a bottle of wine, if you're not totally sure if they drink wine or whatever, it's kind of nice because they can always give it to someone else. If they're going to an event, they can like bring it with them and give it to someone else. Or if they're having company, they can use it for when other people are coming over. So it will likely get used regardless if they end up not wanting to drink it for whatever reason. To add to this gift, you can always get like a cute wine glass or like a set of wine glasses, or you could go with like chocolate or cheese to go with the wine, anything like that. There's always like little things that you could add to some of these gifts to kind of bulk them up a little bit if you're looking to make more of like a gift presentation. Another idea that I had was blank all occasion cards. So when the person opens this gift, if you were to get them this, they might think like, oh, that's kind of odd. But I think that they're so convenient to have. And I think this would be a good gift. Maybe if you're doing like a work, a gift exchange or something where you're just kind of trying to get something that anybody could use. I mean, who has not had one of those moments where you need to head out to a party and you don't have a card? I know I have. Not necessarily like the moment that I need to head out. Usually I probably could take the time and go run out and get a card, but often I just don't want to or don't feel like it. And having a box of nice cards that can be used for any occasion, it's just really great to have around because you can just grab one and write a note inside. Like, you might just write happy birthday inside or congratulations or whatever the event is that you're going to. You could just take a nice blank card. They have ones with all different types of pictures on the front, and then they're just blank inside. And they also have ones with no repeats so that you don't have to worry about giving someone the same card twice. Not that you should have to worry too much about that anyway, but either way, they're just really convenient to have. So I thought that would make for a really great practical gift. The next one I thought of was a nice umbrella. So the day before I wrote this, I was in the office at work getting ready to leave. It was pouring rain, and I thought to myself, good thing I have my umbrella in the car. So it would have been nice to keep a spare umbrella in my office for days like that when I wasn't thinking about the fact that it might be pouring when I left work later that day. So an extra umbrella in the car is nice too if you get stuck in the rain and have someone with you that doesn't have one. So I thought, who couldn't use like an extra umbrella? So maybe you could find one in a cute color or a nice pattern or something that the person might like. But I thought that would make for a really great frugal and practical gift. The next thing, of course, this is pretty common. You see these in a lot of gift shops and things like that at this time. Well, really all throughout the year. But cake or cookie mix. So if you're in the mood and have time, you can find recipes online and make the mix yourself. Otherwise, of course, plenty of gift shops sell a variety of mixes to give as a gift. And if you would like, you could always get like a nice serving dish or something like that to go with it. So those are always good because it's kind of nice. People can make like a nice little treat for their family or maybe for friends coming over with that mix. Another idea is a chocolate tasting box. So who doesn't love to taste things? Even when I don't love the things I'm tasting, it's still fun to taste and comment on things. We did a chocolate tasting in Hershey, Pennsylvania, with my family tasting chocolates from around the world, and it was so much fun. And you can easily create your own sampling box to give as a gift. And then, of course, they also have pre-made sampling boxes that you can order online or in a gift shop. So something like that is always kind of fun because it's like an activity that people can do together with friends or family, and it's just a little bit different. Another idea is a framed photo or photo book. So this, of course, is generally for family, but it's always nice to give parents or grandparents a nice family photo. If you have a bunch of nice pictures, photo books are really nice too. One year I made my parents a calendar with a different picture of the kids for each month, and it was kind of fun to like go through my pictures and find pictures that matched the seasons for the months that I was putting together, for each month in the calendar. So that was kind of fun too. Another idea is like a snack box type thing, and I don't know if I'm describing it right, but I'm thinking kind of like the Harry and David style, like it might have like crackers and jams and pretzels and maybe popcorn or I don't know, just like all different random snacks. You can do these on your own. You could do them with candies. You could do them with chocolate. You could do them with different chips, different dips. Again, it's the tasting thing, and those can be fun even if you don't wind up liking the things. It's just there's just something fun about like tasting different things. I feel like there is anyway. I know my daughter one time bought all of these, I think they were Japanese snacks, like a box of like all these different snacks. And she had so much fun just like opening each one and seeing what they were and tasting them. And even though there was a lot she didn't like, it was just fun, and it was fun to watch her just kind of opening and trying something different. So a snack box is a great idea too. Another one that I always think is great is hand soap. You could get like really nice scented hand soap. You could get like the homemade bars of soap that they sell in like lots of gift shops. Everyone needs to use soap. Usually people have like maybe a guest bathroom or even their main bathroom or their kitchen where they could put something like that, and it always gets used up. We always like to get a new hand soap in our kitchen and bathrooms to go along with the new season. So something like that can be nice for for people to have if you're really not sure what type of gift they might like to get. Another idea is a mug with tea, coffee, or hot chocolate. So there are so many cute mugs now for really low prices. I know when we go to Target, we always see like really cute mugs for like $5. The mug alone can be a nice gift, can be a really cute gift. But if you want to add more to it, you could do a variety of teas or coffees or different hot chocolates. If you're doing hot chocolate, you could always add like some mini marshmallows and some candy canes to go with it. Or if you're giving tea, you could try to maybe find a nice local honey to go along with it if you're trying to like add a little bit more to the gift. So that's always a good idea, I think, is really nice because, you come home on a cold, rainy day, you could just be like, oh, that's great. I have this mug with this like fancy coffee or hot chocolate or whatever it is, however you wind up giving the gift. The next item on my list is dish towels. I think that dish towels make such a great gift because everybody uses them, and you always wind up getting some that like get kind of older and need to wind up going. They either get stained or they're just kind of like getting a little bit ragged. So it's always nice to have a new dish towel. That's one of those things I said, like with the socks, I always ask my kids for dish towels too, and they think I'm crazy, but I just think it's so nice to have like fresh, brand new dish towels. And, if you don't know exactly the colors or the style that someone is, you can always get something kind of neutral. And you could always also, if you want to add something to this gift also, you could do something like some nice new pot holders or other like kitchen related items that can go along with it. The next item on my list is tissues for the car. And this sounds weird, but I just heard about these tissues that come in a cylinder shaped container so that they fit in the car cup holder. And I thought that was such a great idea. And I thought it would be such a practical gift that most people would probably never buy for themselves. But I looked it up on Amazon and I saw them and they were really cool. They're just like a little cylinder container of tissues, and you could like stick it right in your car anywhere that you have a car holder, and then you always have just tissues right there. So I thought that was a great idea, and I thought it would be cute, especially even if you know like someone who's just about to get their license or recently got a car or just got their license. I thought that might be like a cute little gift to go, with whatever things you were getting for them. Another idea is a tile. I feel like most people could find a use for a tile. If you're not familiar, a tile is an electronic device that can be attached to your keys or to other items so that you can locate them by setting up an app on your phone, and then you send a signal to the tile. And I'm sure there's other brands too that do similar things. We just happen to have tiles in my family. And they even make like a tile in the shape of a credit card so that it can be placed in your wallet, so that if you can't find your wallet, you could just go on your phone and send a signal to the tile that's in the wallet, and it'll make a sound so that you can find it. When we first got one of these, my son used to constantly lose his AirPods, so we got him a tile to attach to his AirPod case, and now whenever he loses them, as long as they're in the case, he can just send a signal from his phone and he easily can relocate them. So I feel like most people would be able to find some way to use this where you would attach the tile to something it is that you're always misplacing. So I think that makes a great gift. Another thing that I thought of was seeds and a flower pot. So it's always nice to have something to look forward to. And even if you're giving a gift in the winter, the gift can be saved to use later. So if you know someone that would enjoy growing flowers in the spring, maybe consider getting some easy to grow seeds and a cute flower pot to go along with them. And then they can have that ready to go as soon as the weather starts to get warmer. And that can be maybe like the first thing that they get to grow this season. Again, like I said, these are they're random. These are not sticking to any category types. The next thing that I thought of was silicone baking mats. So I got myself silicone baking mats a few years ago, and they're like one of the best things I ever got for baking cookies. Basically, everything that you bake on them just slides off. And I had old cookie sheets that kind of looked like they might have been set on fire at some time. They were just really old and really like dark. But by using the silicone baking mat, it made the old cookie sheets work perfectly to make cookies because you just cover the cookie sheet with it. And at the time, I also bought myself a new cookie sheet, and I've been using the baking mats on it to keep the new cookie sheet nice because nothing burns onto the cookie sheet when I'm making cookies. And if you did want to consider maybe giving something like that, and again, you want to add something more to the gift, you could always do like a new cookie sheet or some cookie mix or something like that to go along with it. Of course, one of the old standard frugal gifts is home baked cookies, breads, pies, etc. Anything like that you can bake at home or always make nice gifts. And they sell the cutest tins now at the dollar store that you can put the cookies in. Or, they have smaller ones, bigger ones. They have all different kinds of containers. So depending on what you're baking, of course, some things are expensive to bake. But if you're baking something that's relatively inexpensive, this can be like a really nice gift if you're really trying to cut back on cost of gift giving this year. Another idea is adult coloring books and colored pencils. So adult coloring books can be really fun for anyone who just wants to relax or be a little creative. And you can give the coloring book with a nice set of colored pencils to make a really nice gift out of it. Another idea was a puzzle. A puzzle can make a nice gift, and you're not likely to pick out one that somebody already has. So if you know someone that might enjoy doing puzzles or maybe has some extra time, that is a nice gift, I think. Another one is an ice cream sundae kit. So to give an ice cream sundae kit as a gift, you would provide all the toppings and then they just need to add the ice cream. So some things you can include might be like cones, candy, hot fudge, caramel, cherries, anything like that you can think of that you would put on top of ice cream, even like different candies. Did I say candies? I did say candy. But yeah, so anything like that you would put on an ice cream sundae. And you can even get some cute like ice cream bowls if you'd like to go along with it. So that would be something fun, especially if maybe someone particularly loves ice cream, or if they have like a family, it would make for like a fun family night for everybody to get together and make the ice cream sundaes. Another idea I had was an apron. So if you know someone who spends a lot of time in the kitchen, an apron can make a really nice gift. I never knew that I would use an apron until I got one for free one time for an event that I did, like a charity event, and I got like a little gift box and it had an apron in it, and I never would have thought of using it. And then once I started using it, I like can't even imagine like not wearing one now when I'm cooking or doing dishes, because I feel like I'm going to get stuff on my clothes. Like I'm so used to being protected now with the apron that if I'm not wearing one, I feel like I'm going to get grease or something on my clothes. And then I even got a separate one that I wear for cleaning the house. And they come in so many different styles and prints and stuff, so you can pick out one that maybe, like fits the personality of the person you're purchasing it for. So I thought that would be a really great gift idea too. And then the last one I thought of was a portable cell phone charger. So this can be useful to anyone, I feel like, but I found it's really great for teens and young adults that often seem to forget to charge their phone when they go somewhere. So this is not a charger that you plug in. This is more like a battery that you charge beforehand, and then you can use it to charge your device when you don't have access to plug into an outlet. So it's great for like if you're at a concert, or if maybe you're spending the day in the city or at a theme park or something like that, where you might not be able to get to an outlet where you could charge your phone with a regular phone charger. Maybe you're going out hiking or spending the day at the beach or something like that, and you won't have access to electricity. Anchor, I think it's Anker, is the brand that we had purchased for our kids, but there's lots of different brands, and it's basically just like a block. It's almost, some of them are kind of like the size of like a cell phone, maybe a little bit bigger, and a little bit thicker than a cell phone, but you basically just plug a charging cable into the battery and then into your phone, and you could charge your phone anywhere you're on the go. So they're really convenient, and I thought that would make another great frugal and practical gift. So those were my ideas. I know they're kind of random, but I tried to think of as many different things as I could think of that I thought would be useful to people, and that also would have a wide range of costs, where you could go either more high-end or more lower end, depending on the budget and who you're buying for. So I hope maybe this gave you an idea. If you have other ideas, I would love to hear them. You could join our Facebook group and post them over there. And that's it for this week's episode. So I will see you here next week. Thank you so much for listening. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.